Number 1. The 1986 Ford F250 long bed, listed for just $5,750 and located in Patterson, California, showing 149,578 miles and equipped with an automatic transmission, powered by a 5.0-liter V8 engine. This is a straightforward, honest working truck that focuses on drivability and usability rather than flash. Presented as a nice running example, it represents the durable, boxy Ford heavy-duty styling that defined the mid-1980s F-Series lineup. Under the hood sits Ford's 5.0-liter V8, an engine widely known for its balance of reliability and accessible maintenance. Paired with an automatic transmission, it offers a comfortable driving experience, whether used for daily commuting, light hauling, or weekend truck duties. With just under 150,000 miles showing on the odometer, it sits in a mileage range that's typical for a well-maintained classic truck of this era, especially one that has clearly remained on the road rather than sitting. Unused, the long bed configuration adds practicality, providing extended cargo space for tools, materials, or recreational equipment. Trucks like this were built with thick steel panels and a body-on-frame construction designed for durability, making them popular even decades later among buyers who prefer mechanical simplicity over modern complexity. The seller notes that it runs well, suggesting it's ready to be driven immediately without major mechanical concerns. Importantly, the truck comes with a clean title and current registration, removing two of the most common hurdles buyers face when purchasing older vehicles. At $5,750, it positions itself as an affordable entry into classic 3/4-ton Ford ownership, solid, usable, and simple. Overall, this 1986 Ford F250 long bed appears to be a dependable, no-nonsense V8 pickup that delivers classic truck character with everyday practicality. Number 2. The 1969 Ford Ranger F100 XLT, listed at $9,469 and located in Salt Lake City, Utah, showing 22,234 miles and paired with an automatic transmission, finished in black over black interior, powered by petrol, showing just 2 owners and a clear history report with no significant damage or known problems. This is a classic American pickup that captures the bold character of late 1960s Ford truck design. Under the hood sits a 360 cubic inch V8, an engine known for its strong torque delivery and deep, unmistakable rumble that defines the era. Matched to an automatic transmission, it offers an easy, comfortable driving experience while still delivering the durability the F100 platform is famous for. Built on Ford's solid chassis, this Ranger XLT represents a time when trucks were engineered to work hard, yet carry a distinct sense of style. According to the seller, the truck has received substantial recent updates. Most notably, a full transmission rebuild backed by a 150,000-mile warranty, an impressive detail that adds real value and long-term confidence. It also features a new starter, new carburetor, new original-style valve cover gaskets, a new master brake cylinder, new drive belts, and new gas caps. These upgrades suggest thoughtful mechanical attention rather than a simple cosmetic refresh. Visually, the truck benefits from new paint that complements its black-on-black presentation. Inside, it has been updated with new carpet, a new interior roof liner, and a new seat cover, helping maintain a clean and refreshed cabin feel. New tires complete the package, enhancing both appearance and drivability. Importantly, the seller also includes all the original trim pieces, offering flexibility for collectors who may want to preserve or restore factory-correct details. With 2 owners, a documented clear history, a rebuilt transmission with warranty coverage, and a strong-running 360 V8, this 1969 Ford Ranger F100 XLT stands as a well-rounded classic. Priced at $9,469, it offers an accessible opportunity to own a piece of American truck history, combining vintage presence, mechanical updates, and everyday usability in one iconic package. Number 3. The 1981 Ford F-150 regular cab, listed for $13,000 and located in Katy, Texas. Showing 53,000 miles and equipped with an automatic transmission, an early ADS classic that blends square-body toughness with unmistakable Ford character. Marketed as a test-in-the-water sale, this F100 XLT is described as a clean, solid truck that runs, drives, and turns heads everywhere it goes. The kind of pickup that doesn't need flashy upgrades to make an impression, just straight lines, good chrome, and a right stance. Under the hood, it's reported to have a strong engine paired with a smooth-shifting automatic transmission, delivering the kind of dependable cruising experience these trucks are known for. Whether at weekend shows, local meets, or just rolling through town, this F-150 offers that old-school presence that modern trucks simply can't replicate. The body and frame are described as solid, an important detail for any classic of this era, and the chrome and trim present cleanly, helping maintain that factory XLT appeal. Inside, the cabin is said to be clean for its age, preserving the honest, utilitarian feel of an early 1980s Ford interior, bench seat comfort, straightforward gauges, and that upright driving position that reminds you you're behind the wheel of a real truck. With good tires already fitted, it sounds ready to be enjoyed immediately rather than parked for repairs. The seller holds a Texas title in hand and is open to both cash offers and trades, specifically mentioning interest in other classics like AC-10, Lightning Clone, OBS Chevy, or OBS Ford. So this isn't just a sale, it's an opportunity for a swap between enthusiasts who appreciate vintage American pickups. At $13,000, this 1981 Ford F-150 regular cab represents a clean, presentable square body that offers drivability, style, and classic appeal, ideal for someone who wants a dependable cruiser with authentic early ADS attitude. Number 4. The 1964 Chevrolet C-30, listed for $19,900 and located in Oceanside, California, showing 88,622 miles and equipped with a 4-speed manual transmission. This is a true 3/4-ton workhorse from the golden era of American trucks. Finished in red with a clean history and no significant damage reported, this long bed C-30 represents the kind of honest, big body classic that blends muscle, utility, and vintage presence into one solid package. Under the hood sits a 396 big block V8, a serious upgrade in power that gives this truck real authority. Paired with a 4-speed manual transmission, it delivers that raw, mechanical driving feel that modern trucks simply can't replicate. The seller describes it clearly: starts, drives, and stops with zero issues. That's exactly what you want to hear when dealing with a 1960s big block truck. No drama, no hesitation. Just turn the key and go. Even better, it's reported to have no leaks, which is a strong selling point for a classic of this age. Mechanically, the truck has seen important updates. New brakes and linkage have been installed, ensuring confident stopping power. All gauges are said to be working, which adds to its usability and originality. Small details like functioning factory instrumentation make a big difference in classic ownership. Blinkers and lights are fully operational, and the tires are described as fairly new, meaning the C-30 is ready to hit the road immediately rather than head straight into a garage project. As a true 3/4-ton platform, this isn't just a cruiser. It's built to handle weight and work. The long bed offers serious hauling capability, while the heavy-duty C-30 chassis gives it that solid, planted feel on the road. There's also a condenser available for air conditioning. It simply needs installation, offering the next owner an opportunity to add comfort while keeping the truck period correct. With a clean California title in hand and located in Oceanside, this 1964 Chevrolet C-30 stands out as a strong-running, big block-powered classic that balances originality, functionality, and muscle-era character. At $19,900, it presents itself as a ready-to-drive vintage 3/4-ton Chevy that looks the part, sounds the part, and prepared to be enjoyed immediately, whether as a weekend cruiser, light-duty hauler, or show-worthy classic with real substance. Number 5. The 1969 GMC 2500 regular cab long bed, listed for $22,500 and located in Dallas, Texas, showing 128,000 miles and finished in a classic blue exterior matched with a blue interior. Powered by a strong V8 engine and paired with manual transmission, this heavy-duty 8-lug long bed represents the rugged, no-nonsense era of late 1960s GMC trucks. Built to work, built to last, and built with unmistakable presence. Under the hood sits a healthy V8 that delivers dependable power, exactly what you want in a 3/4-ton platform. The seller describes it as running and driving great, with no issues reported. Even better, everything works as it should, and the truck starts right up every time, an important detail for anyone considering a classic as more than just a weekend ornament. Reliability is key, and this one is presented as a ready-to-go driver. The 8-lug configuration confirms its 2,500 heavy-duty status, giving it that beefier stance and stronger load capability compared to half-ton models. The long bed adds practicality. Whether you plan to haul equipment, use it for light work, or simply enjoy the proportions that define late 60s trucks. These GMCs share much of their engineering DNA with Chevrolet counterparts, but often carry a slightly more refined trim presence and distinct grille styling that sets them apart. Finished in blue over blue, this truck keeps a cohesive, period-correct look. The matching interior adds to its vintage appeal, giving it that authentic late 60s feel every time you step inside. There's something special about driving a manual transmission classic. Roll through the gears, feel the torque from the V8, and experience the mechanical connection that modern automatics just don't replicate. Located in Dallas, Texas, and offered at $22,500 with negotiable pricing, this 1969 GMC 2500 long bed presents itself as a solid, honest classic that's ready to be driven and enjoyed. With its strong V8 manual gearbox, 8-lug heavy-duty setup, and reported no-issue condition, it stands as a dependable vintage truck that blends work-ready capability with timeless American styling. Number 6. The 1970 Ford F250 Ranger XLT, listed at $7,000 and located in Orange, showing 86,000 miles on the odometer and equipped with an automatic transmission. This is a classic 3/4-ton Ford from the era when trucks were built with thick steel, squared lines, and engines designed for torque more than refinement. And under the hood of this one sits the legendary 390 FE V8. The 390 FE is one of Ford's most respected big block platforms, known for strong low-end pull and a deep, unmistakable exhaust note. On this truck, it's topped with a Holly 4-barrel carburetor, giving it improved airflow and throttle response compared to a factory 2-barrel setup. It's paired with a rebuilt C6 automatic transmission, Ford's heavy-duty 3-speed automatic that's widely regarded as nearly indestructible when properly maintained. That combination alone makes this truck appealing to anyone who appreciates old-school torque and durability. Mechanically, several key components have already been addressed. The power steering gearbox has been rebuilt, which is a big plus on a truck of this size. It also has a new starter, new front brakes, fresh shocks, and new front tires, important items that directly affect drivability and safety. A newer alternator and water pump have been installed as well, helping with charging reliability and cooling efficiency. According to the seller, the truck runs and rolls, meaning it's operational, but it does need additional work. So this is not being presented as a finished showpiece, but rather as a solid project or usable classic that could be improved over time. The Ranger XLT trim adds an extra layer of appeal. In 1970, that badge signified upgraded interior touches and trim compared to base models. These trucks are becoming harder to find in unmodified, honest condition, especially with desirable driveline components like a 390 FE and C6 combination. Offered at $7,000, this F250 represents a classic heavy-duty Ford with strong fundamentals and several recent mechanical updates already completed. The seller is clear about terms. Local deals only, in-person transactions, cash only, and no assistance needed with the sale. For someone looking for a solid vintage Ford platform with big block power and room to improve, this 1970 F250 Ranger XLT could be a worthwhile project with plenty of potential. Number 7. The 1973 Ford F100 Custom, listed at $9,700 and located in Northridge, showing 111,700 miles with an automatic transmission. This is a short bed classic that blends traditional hot rod styling with modern touches, and it carries a story that makes it stand out from the average vintage pickup. The truck was purchased in 2020 from Traditional Hot Rod, also known as Hot Rod Dirty, out of Kentucky, a shop known for building modified classic trucks with a distinct stance and style. According to the seller, the shop completed all the modifications before it was sold, though it was later discovered to carry a salvage title. The reason for the salvage designation is unknown, but importantly, the modifications were done after that status, and the truck is currently registered and cleared for California use. For buyers in California, that detail matters, especially with emissions regulations and registration hurdles. Under the hood sits a 302 V8, a small block Ford engine that's well known for reliability, parts availability, and easy maintenance. Paired with an automatic transmission, this F100 is set up more for cruising than wrenching. It's not described as a project. It's described as a running, driving truck with very limited mileage since the current owner purchased it. In fact, fewer than 600 miles have been put on it since October 2020, which suggests it's been more of a weekend or occasional use vehicle than a daily driver. Inside, the truck has received significant upgrades. The interior has been refreshed with newer carpet, seat upholstery, headliner, door panels, dash pad, and steering wheel, giving the cabin a cleaner, more finished look than many original trucks from this era. It also features a Bluetooth-enabled Kenwood stereo system, bringing modern connectivity into a 1970s platform. One of the standout features is the Dakota Digital Gauge Cluster, a popular upgrade that replaces traditional analog gauges with modern digital display while still fitting cleanly into the dash. That's not a small upgrade. Dakota digital systems are often chosen for higher-end builds. The exterior rides on custom wheels, giving a more aggressive and updated stance compared to factory steel wheels. Combined with the short bed configuration, that gives this truck a sportier profile than the longer bed work trucks of the same era. At $9,700 OBO, the seller is positioning this as an opportunity. My pain, your gain, after discovering the salvage history. The motivation for selling is simple. The owner wants to fund a new motorcycle, so the truck is being offered up despite limited personal use. For someone looking for a modified 1973 F100 short bed with a 302 V8, updated interior, digital gauges, and California registration already sorted, this truck offers style, usability, and a unique backstory at a price point that reflects its title status. Number 8. The 1984 GMC K1500, offered at $12,000 and located in Santa Cruz, showing 37,000 miles on the current engine with an automatic transmission. The mileage on the frame is unknown, but the heart of this truck, a replacement crate 350, has just 37,000 miles since installation, giving it a relatively fresh mechanical foundation compared to many trucks of this era. Originally born as a farm truck, This K1500 has lived a working life before spending the past decade near the California coast. That ocean air has introduced some rust and spots, as the seller openly notes, but it's described as overall being in great shape. It's not presented as a flawless show truck. This is a trailer queen, but rather as a strong-running, honest classic 4x4 that could be taken to the next level with a bit of cosmetic refinement. Importantly for California buyers, it passes smog with flying colors, which is a major plus for a carbureted mid-80s V8 truck. Under the hood sits a crate 350 installed in 2016, replacing the original engine. That's a significant upgrade in terms of reliability and longevity. The transmission was rebuilt a year before, in 2015, meaning both major drivetrain components have already been addressed. For a 1984 4x4, having a rebuilt transmission and a newer engine takes a lot of uncertainty off the table. The maintenance history shows consistent care rather than neglect. In 2016, along with the engine swap, the truck received a new dash bezel and instrument cluster. A full repaint followed in 2017, refreshing the exterior. In 2018, vacuum hoses were replaced and new brake pads and rotors were installed. Important details on an older carbureted truck where vacuum systems and braking components can become weak points. A new starter went in during 2019. More recently, the carburetor was rebuilt in 2021, ensuring proper fuel delivery and drivability. In 2023, the muffler and tailpipe were replaced, helping maintain both sound quality and emissions performance. In 2024, the mechanical fuel pump was swapped out in favor of an electric unit, a change some owners prefer for consistency and easier priming. Then in 2025, the truck received a new distributor, spark plugs, and wires, essential ignition components, along with new dashboard, continuing the pattern of steady updates. The seller believes they're the third owner, adding to the sense that this truck hasn't been passed around excessively. It runs great, drives well, and with 37,000 miles on the crate motor, it offers a solid mechanical base for someone wanting a classic square-body GMC K1500 without starting from scratch. At $12,000, this truck sits in that middle ground. Not a fully restored showpiece, but not a worn-out project either. It's a running, smog-passing, recently maintained 1984 4x4 with a replaced engine, rebuilt transmission, and years of documented upgrades, ready to be enjoyed as is or refined into something even sharper. Number 9. The 1972 Chevy 3/4-ton pickup, priced at $18,999 and located in Redding, showing 50,717 miles on the odometer and equipped with a 4-speed manual transmission. This is a classic early 70s Chevrolet 3/4-ton truck, built during an era when pickups were still engineered first and foremost as working machines with heavy-duty frames and simple, durable drivetrains. Under the hood, while the exact engine isn't specified, trucks of this 3/4-ton configuration commonly came with Chevrolet's small block or big block V8 options, paired to a rugged 4-speed manual. That kind of setup is known for durability and torque, especially in heavier duty applications. The 4-speed manual adds to the old-school driving experience, direct mechanical, and engaging in a way modern automatics simply aren't. The seller describes the truck as being in excellent condition, and notably, the bodywork, paint, and rust repair were completed about 10 years ago. That timeline is important. It suggests this wasn't a rush flip. It's had a decade to settle, meaning any major body issues likely would have shown themselves by now. A properly repaired and refinished truck that still presents well after 10 years speaks to solid workmanship at the time of restoration. Inside, the seat has been recovered and new carpet installed, refreshing the cabin while maintaining that classic square body simplicity. These interiors were straightforward and functional from the factory, and when cleaned up properly, they deliver a clean, vintage look without feeling overdone. With just over 50,000 miles showing on the odometer, though as with many classic trucks, true mileage can sometimes be difficult to verify, it presents as a lightly used example. Mechanically, it's described as running great, which is key for a truck in this price range. A strong running drivetrain paired with sorted bodywork makes this the kind of classic you can actually use, whether that's weekend cruising, light hauling, or simply enjoying the presence of a 1972 Chevy that still feels like a truck. At $18,999, this Chevy sits in the upper range for driver quality 3/4-ton pickups. But condition matters. A straight body, older but established paintwork, refreshed interior, and a manual transmission setup all add to its appeal. For someone looking for a solid early 70s Chevy 3/4-ton that doesn't need immediate restoration work, this Reading-based truck offers a classic, usable package with vintage character and heavy-duty capability. Number 10. The 1979 Ford F250, listed for $30,000 and located in Roseburg, Oregon. This isn't just a restored classic. It's a fully re-engineered heavy-duty build that blends old-school Ford styling with serious diesel performance underneath. Starting with a solid F250 chassis, the truck retains its original paint, which has been professionally buffed out to preserve that authentic late 70s character. Rather than covering it up with a modern respray, the builder chose to keep the factory look intact, while the frame itself has been painted, giving the underside a clean, finished appearance. It's the kind of detail that tells you this wasn't thrown together. It was thoughtfully assembled. Under the hood is where things get serious. The truck is powered by a 12-valve Cummins diesel, one of the most respected engines in the diesel world for its mechanical simplicity, durability, and massive torque potential. Paired with a new turbo and a new aluminum radiator, the setup is built for both power and reliability. A new AIC compressor ensures comfort matches performance, while a new master cylinder and rebuilt vacuum booster improve braking confidence. Backing that Cummins is an NV5600 transmission, a heavy-duty 6-speed manual known for handling serious torque, paired to an MP205 transfer case, one of the strongest gear-driven transfer cases ever produced. Drivetrain strength continues with a Dana 70 rear axle running 3.55 gears and a Dana 60 front axle with free front hubs, a proven combination in the heavy-duty 4x4 world. New drivel lines, new brake lines, and new rear brakes round out the mechanical refresh. Fuel capacity has been upgraded with a 35-gallon rear fuel tank, giving this truck long-haul capability. It's also been completely rewired, eliminating the common electrical headaches older builds can suffer from. Inside, the dash features Stewart Warner gauges for accurate monitoring, and a Peterbilt steering column adds a unique heavy-duty touch that fits perfectly with the Cummins swap theme. The interior has been refreshed with new upholstery and a new floor mat, keeping it clean and functional without losing its classic truck feel. It sits on new tires, completing the aggressive, purposeful stance you'd expect from a Cummins-swapped F250. This is not a stock restoration. It's a carefully assembled diesel-powered Restomod built to be driven, worked, and enjoyed. At $30,000, this Roseburg-based F250 represents a serious investment in parts and labor. Between the 12-valve Cummins, NV5600 manual transmission, Dana axle combination, and extensive new components, it's the kind of build that would be difficult to replicate for the asking price. Listed for a friend, it's a well-executed classic Ford with modern diesel muscle and heavy-duty capability woven into a vintage shell. Number 11. The 1976 Chevy C-30 Custom Deluxe, listed for $10,000 and located east of Flagstaff, Arizona. With just 30,200 miles on its 454 crate motor and paired to a 4-speed manual transmission, this is a true heavy-duty workhorse built from an era when 1-ton trucks were designed to last decades, not just warranty periods. This Arizona truck is described as rust-free, which is a major advantage for a nearly 50-year-old hauler. Under the hood sits a strong-running 454 crate engine with approximately 30,200 miles and a recent valve job, breathing through a dual exhaust system. It's the kind of big block setup that delivers serious torque, perfect for hauling, towing, or starting a small business. Whether you're moving firewood, equipment, or materials, this C-30 was built to handle it. In fact, It's said to be capable of carrying up to 5 cords of cutwood with ease, which tells you exactly what kind of capacity you're dealing with. The 4-speed manual transmission adds durability and simplicity, what the seller jokingly calls built-in theft protection. It's an old-school driver-focused setup that gives you full control of that big block power. Despite its work-ready nature, the truck isn't stripped down. The interior features new upholstery, giving it a clean and comfortable cabin feel, and both the heater and AC system are present. The heater works great, and the AC simply needs a refrigerant charge to be fully operational. Mechanically, several maintenance items have already been handled. It has a new battery, new alternator, new starter, new fuel pump, and fresh XL plug wires and spark plugs. The truck runs and drives very nicely, and according to the seller, it can cruise at 75 mph up Interstate 17 without issue, even under load. That's impressive for a classic 1-ton dually-style hauler of this generation. The heavy-duty suspension is designed for serious payloads, and it rides on good tires, ready to go to work. Fuel capacity is another strong point, with both a 20-gallon main tank and a 40-gallon auxiliary tank, giving it extended range for long hauls. Underbed storage is handled by 3 side toolboxes, offering practical space for tools, straps, or job site equipment. The seller mentions owning another 1970 C-30 that sees daily use, which is why this one has mostly been sitting since being purchased in 2023 and driven only about 50 miles since. Rather than letting it sit unused, they're offering it up to someone who can put it back to work. At $10,000, this 1976 Custom Deluxe represents a straightforward, mechanically simple, big block-powered heavy-duty truck with strong hauling capability and Arizona rust-free metal. It's the kind of classic 1-ton that can still earn its keep today, whether for business, hauling, or as a vintage work truck that simply refuses to quit. Number 12. The 1981 Ford F350, listed at just $600 and located in Santa Clarita, California. Showing 144,345 miles and finish in tan inside and out. This is a 2WD Dewey flatbed powered by Ford's big 460 cubic inch V8 paired to an automatic transmission. But this one comes with serious catch. According to the seller, the truck was abandoned on the property. There's no title and no keys, and the description cuts off unfinished, suggesting it hasn't been fully evaluated. That alone makes this less of a ready-to-drive project and more of a parts truck or long-term rebuild candidate. At $600, though, the pricing reflects that reality. The 460 big block is the highlight here. In stock form, Ford's 7.5-liter 460 was known for strong low-end torque, perfect for hauling and heavy-duty work in trucks like the F350 dually. If the engine turns freely and is rebuildable, it could be worth more than the asking price by itself. The automatic transmission and dually rear setup also carry value, especially for someone restoring another early 80s Ford or building a custom flatbed project. The flatbed configuration makes it potentially useful as a farm or yard truck if someone is willing to sort out the paperwork and mechanical condition. But realistically, with no title and no keys, buyers should approach this as a non-running, as-is vehicle. In California especially, resolving title issues can take time and paperwork. So this is something to factor in. Cosmetically, being tan over tan gives it that classic early 1980s work truck vibe. But given that it was abandoned, expect weathering, possible interior deterioration, and unknown mechanical condition. At this price point, it's about value in parts, dually actual components, 460 engine core, transmission core, flatbed hardware, and miscellaneous trim and drivetrain pieces. For $600, this 1981 Ford F350 isn't a turnkey truck. It's a gamble, a donor, or a hardcore revival project. For the right person with space, tools, and patience, it could be worth saving. For others, it may simply be a budget-friendly source of heavy-duty Ford parts from the era when big blocks ruled the job site. Number 13. The 1986 Chevrolet C-30 Silverado, listed at $4,495 and located in Otay Mesa. showing just 74,585 miles and equipped with an automatic transmission. This square-body Chevy is powered by a factory 454 big block and is described as complete and all original, just as it left the factory. Under the hood sits the legendary 454 V8, a powerhouse known for massive torque and that unmistakable big block rumble. In a 3/4-ton C20 platform, that engine makes this truck more than just a cruiser. It's built to haul, tow, and handle real work. Paired with an automatic transmission, it offers easy drivability, whether you're using it as a weekend classic or a light-duty workhorse. What makes this truck especially appealing is its originality. The seller states it remains complete and factory correct, including factory air conditioning, the original AM/FM cassette stereo, tilt steering column, and power windows and locks. Even small details like the factory red paint and black interior, with carpet and headliner intact, help preserve that authentic mid-'80s Silverado feel. For square-body enthusiasts, originality is everything, and trucks that haven't been heavily modified are getting harder to find. The odometer shows 74,585 miles, and based on condition, those miles are believed to be original. If accurate, that's impressively low for a 40-year-old truck. The body is described as solid, and it carries a clean California title with current registration. Two important points for buyers in the state, condition-wise. It's not perfect. The truck does have a cracked windshield, which is a relatively straightforward fix, but worth noting. Aside from that, it's described as a good, solid truck that runs and drives well. That's key at this price point. Under $4,500 for a running, driving, big block square body with factory options is becoming increasingly rare. Overall, this 1986 Chevrolet C-20 Silverado represents strong value, big block power, factory equipment, clean paperwork, and original character, all at an accessible price. For someone looking to get into a classic square body without spending five figures, this could be a very compelling option.